Hello there guys, and welcome to the third round of the 2011 GP4 GP2 OC Championship. I am JWF1 and we are here at the most famous circuit of the all, the Circuit de Monaco in Monte Carlo, here in Monaco. We have 23 laps in total, 19 corners with a lap record of a 1:31.599 set by John Arthur in 2009. Hopefully we're in for a good race. Let's have a look at the grid then. It's Bruno de Barros on pole with Franco Gamba in second. Oliver Glazebrook lines up an impressive third with Franco Lopez in fourth position. The two Carlins lock out row 3 with William Brock in fifth and Jordan Dixon in sixth position. Joel Dyer in the Coloni starts in 7th. Alongside him is Vendra Vidrina in 8th place for Racing Engineering. In 9th is David Greenwood. Alongside him is Lorenzo Machula in 10th position for Rapex. The two Rapex, in fact, lock out row 5 for today's race in Monaco. Phil Sadlowski starts in 11th with Patrick Uhas in 12th place for Arden. We move on to row 7 on the grid, and it is Richard Johnson, last weekend's pole sitter, not able to repeat a good form here this weekend. He starts in 13th. Alongside him, teammate Scott Roush. The two Addex lock out row 7 for today's race. On row 8, we have Zachary Fitzwater, and alongside him, Sasha Banks starts in 16th position for iSport. On to row number 8 on the grid. Sorry, row number 9, we have William Duncan in 17th with Robert Hunter in 18th position with Trident. Robert Hunter has just not had a good season so far, not having a season like he had last season where he was able to finish runner-up in the championship. Gabriel Gomes starts in 19th with Jeffrey Fingai in 20th position for Supernova. And on the back row of the grid we have Daniel Prizagola in 21st and Kurashima DeRosa starts in 22nd position. So those two line up at the back of the pack, way off both of their teammates respectively there. We go to the weather now then for this race. What will the weather throw in store for us in this race? And it is raining here in Monaco, so everybody's going to have to be tippy-toeing around here as anything is expected around this track. So, especially if the conditions are wet. So, we wait for the 5 red lights to go off then. We're on the grid. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it is go here in Monaco, and it seems to be a good start from Bruno de Barros on the back, but it looks like in fact Franco Gamba looks like he's got an even better one. Gamba trying to go around the outside into turn 1 and he takes it. Franco Gamba takes the lead here in Monaco. He leads the race from Bruno de Barros in second place there. Fantastic start from him as everybody tries to jockey their way around. I think there might have been some contact at the back. Somebody's lost the rear wing. I think it might be Oliver Glazebrook has lost the rear wing, and somebody else has lost the rear wing as well. So there's been carnage down at turn 1 straight away, as expected here in Monaco, especially because it's wet as well. It makes it even more trickier as it all negotiates through the casino square. Let's have a look at the replay then and see what happened. So we look from Oliver Glazebrook's perspective now there. He got quite an okay start and then tucks into the back, and then it looks like there was a concertina effect that happened behind, and he was just so unlucky to get caught up in it. Let's have a look if we ride on board with Vidrina. Let's see what happened then. So Vidrina we ride on board with, and Vidrina brakes too late, hits the back of Dixon, who then goes into which will then take him into that Renault liveried car, I think it is, and will take him then into the back of Glazebrook. And well, a lot of people are going to have to make a trip to the pits this lap as out goes Lorenzo Machula, and it looks like he's been collected by David Greenwood and maybe Phil Sadlowski, and well, that's that really. And he's out of the race at the worst possible place to have a crash, which is the seafront chicane. So yeah, Lorenzo Machula out of the race, and we're down to 21 runners as a result. It'll be interesting to see what happened on the replay there to see. And so we have a look then. So Lorenzo looks to the inside of Greenwood and just turns in way too early and rips the left front wheel, and that's his race over with. As we now look at Daniel Prizagola, who also lost his wheel as he was trying to avoid it, turned in way too early at the exit of the seafront chicane, and he also loses the wheel, and he's also out of the race, and we're down to 20 runners as well. Meantime, back with the top 2, Bruno de Barros keeping Gamba honest as Glazebrook is into the pits to repair his rear wing. But yeah, that's that really. So de Barros keeping him honest at the moment as he tries to find a way past. Obviously it's quite tricky to overtake here in Monaco, so you need to be very lucky indeed, as the people who were involved have crashed out. And well, meantime, Phil Sadlowski now has now set the fastest lap of the race as we're on lap 4 of 23 now then. as it's Brock who's currently rounding off the podium at the moment. It looks like he's having to fend off from somebody at the moment. It's Dyer who's trying to have an attack on him, but as mentioned before, it is tricky to overtake around here in Monaco, so you have to be really lucky if you want to pull off an overtake here today, as we're on lap 7 of 23 now. And then Gamba has a 5/10 lead in front of DeBarros. DeBarros seems to be the quicker out of the two, but the nature of Monaco is preventing DeBarros from pulling a pass on Franco Gamba for the lead. In the meantime, we look at Patrick Uhas, who's in the final points position trying to attack Roush for P7. And Scott Roush, that is, as I go through into the Lowe's hairpin. And, well, it looks like Roush is actually holding up a train of cars. Uhas, Fitzwater, and even Johnson as well. Last weekend's pole sitter in Barcelona, but he binned it last weekend, preventing him from getting even a podium because the Barros was just quicker anyway and find a way past him in Spain. But anyway, and it looks like they could be joined by somebody else, I think, for 11th place. Didn't quite see who the name of that was, but yeah, that's that. But everybody keeping single file for this at the moment, and pretty much everybody is being kept honest at the moment. Doesn't seem to be that much overtaking going on here in Monaco as we go down the pit straight, as Brock tries his best to defend from Dyer as they go through into Raskas now then, as we're on lap 15 of 20, sorry, now lap 16 of 23. Franco Gama still leading from Bruno de Barros as I go down the pit straight now then. And Greenwood's been tapped by Sadlowski. Sadlowski has tapped him, and they're both out of the race, I think. No, it's Sadlowski's out. Greenwood's having to make a trip to the pits. What on earth was Sadlowski thinking there? Sadlowski has taken himself out of the race, and we're down to 19 runners as everybody's trying to avoid the debris that's been left behind. There's been more contact in the background. Somebody's been shoved off in the background. It looks like it might be, I don't know who that was that got shoved in the background at Raskas. But, well, 2 contacts in the space of a few seconds there down at Raskas. And, well, what needs to be said about that? Let's have a look at the replay from Sadlowski. And he just broke too late, cream crackered into the back of Greenwood, and took himself out of the race and made Greenwood make a trip to the pits, having lost half of his front wing. Luckily, the pits wasn't too far away for Greenwood, but it has cost him chance for sure of points here today. Here in Monaco, a track where anybody who starts in the top 8 has a brilliant chance for points, providing they keep out of the barriers. And Sadlowski's car being craned off now then. Meantime, we're back with the top 2, and we have a replay for some reason. And it's as we had another shove down at Raskas. Finguy has been shoved down at Raskas, and well, that's that really. Finguy gets shoved down at Raskas, and let's see what happened there. So we're right on board with De Rosa now then, who tucks into the back of Finguy, and just like with Sadlowski, just brakes way too late, and as a result, cream crackers him into the wall, and I wonder if he'll be investigated for that. So much going on there at Raskas so far. You don't even know, of course, what's going to happen down at Raskas. It seems that there seems to be a lot of carnage going on there throughout this race. I don't know if that's going to be a thing in the main class. But meantime, we're back with the leaders as Gamba still keeping DeBarros back, and the battle for third going on as well. Brock keeping Dyer as honest as he can for P3 as I go around Lowe's hairpin there. And well, we have 4 laps to go in this race, and will any of them risk a chance to try and pop an overtake down into that corner perhaps? I don't know. Meantime, we've got a replay of Lopez, who's caught some standing water and has whacked it into Raskas and finds himself out of the race. I don't know if anybody's collected any debris there and sustained damage to themselves, but yeah, that's that really. It looks like 2 cars have actually got involved as well. Lopez and who's the other one that's got involved as well? It looks like 2 cars have been caught down at Raskas. And well, Lopez, here's a replay of him throwing it in the wall at Raskas. And was it? Oh, Finguy got clipped from behind from Greenwood. That's the second time. Finguy's been clipped down at Raskas, and this time he finds himself out of the race, and it's Greenwood yet again having to pit for a front wing. And well, 2 cars retiring down at Raskas, and well, it wasn't like Ferrari in 2007 during the qualifying session, that's for sure. But yeah, that's that really as far as I'm concerned. Now we're on the final lap here at Monaco, and Gamba has to keep his nerve at the moment, because if he can, he will be able to take this victory here today and stop DeBarros from taking a 3rd consecutive win. As now they go through the second part of Raskas, of Casino Square now then. Gamba keeping him honest at the moment. You can see it is still raining on the track. It hasn't cleared up during this race. It has remained wet throughout the entirety of this GP2 race here at Monaco. And well, there's that battle for third still going on. It's not that far behind the 2 leaders at the moment. As we've got a yellow flag down at Raskas again, and we've got a little bit of a pile-up. It involves Roush and 2 other cars as well. In fact, 3 other cars who are trying to make their way through the field, but it is Roush that is the one that has crashed down at Raskas, and he is out of the race. Let's see what happened to him then. So he goes up towards Raskas, and he gets clipped by Robert Hunter. So there's probably going to be a load of investigations down at Raskas as a result of that. But as everybody else was trying to negotiate their way through. But meantime, here comes Franco Gamba. It's just coming around the final corner here at Raskas, and both him and De Baus are going to have to avoid the crash that's happened down there, but they do a good job with that anyway as they come down the pit straight, and it's going to be Franco Gamba who wins here in Monaco. Congratulations to him. And well, he held off De Baus in the end to stop him from taking 3 wins in a row. Brock finishes 3rd, Dyer across the line in 4th, Juhas currently in 5th. Is he going to hold off the rest of the pack behind him as well, which includes Fitzwater? He's pretty much holding up a train of cars, you'd have to say, as now they come up towards Raskas now then. And Juhas, I think, is just going to hold off for P5, and he does. So Juhas is going to cross the line in 5th place then. Fitzwater will cross the line in 6th in the end of this race then. And then we have Johnson who finishes 7th. Banks rounds out the points in 8th. Duncan is going to cross the line in 9th place in the end. Looks like Hunter's going to cross the line in 10th. He's going to classify in the top 10 for Trident. So Hunter finishes 10th. And then it is Gomes who crosses the line 11th. De Rosa crosses the line 12th. Glazebrook down in 13th. Such a shame after an impressive qualifying session. He's going to finish in 13th place. Fadrina 14th. And then it is Dixon 15th. And Greenwood is going to finish 16th and last after on 2 occasions having to come into the pits to repair his front wing. So not good there for Franco Gamba. So he crosses the line in P number 16. And he'll want to move on to the next race if he can and as quickly as possible. So anyway, the winner then is Franco Gamba after withstanding the pressure from Bruno De Baus. He takes the victory here today and possibly writes his name in championship contention. So there you have it then, guys. Let's have a look at the results then. Here in Monaco, Franco Gamba won the race with Bruno De Baus 2nd, William Brock 3rd, Joel Dyer 4th, Patrick Juhas 5th, Zachary Fitzwater 6th, Richard Johnson 7th, Sacha Banks 8th, William Duncan 9th, Robert Hunter 10th, Gabriel Gomes 11th, Kirishima De Rosa 12th, Oliver Glazebrook 13th, Vedran Fadrina 14th, Jordan Dixon 15th, Damien Gruen the last of the finish in 16th, Scott Roush classified in 17th, with Finguy, Lopez, Sadlowski, Prizagola and Marchulo not finishing in this race. The fastest lap of the race went to Phil Sadlowski with a 1 minute 24.631. I believe he gets the bonus point for the fastest lap of the race. So that's that really, as we scroll down the rest of the leaderboard then. So that has been that then in Monaco. A very entertaining race there with Gamba withstanding the pressure from De Baus towards the end of the GP2 race here today. As that's that really. So let's have a look then at what the championship holds. De Baus still leads by 12 points in front of Gamba. Lopez and Juhas are tied for 3rd, with Finguy and Fitzwater tied for 5th. Then it is Brock and Dyer tied for 7th. Then it is Greenwood, Dixon, Johnson, Sadlowski, Duncan, De Rosa, Fadrina, Prizagola, Glazebrook and Banks, as the rest are still yet to score points below. So there you have it then, guys. That has been it. I hope you've enjoyed it. It has been quite an entertaining race here at Monaco, and we cannot wait for the next race. But until then, I've been JW4. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.